You would not think that it is only 5 o'clock right now, but it is currently thunderstorming outside and I'm starting When the Moon Hatched. I've already took the dust jacket off because you can't, I'd never keep the dust jacket on when I'm reading. Okay, this video may not see the light of day if I don't like this book, but if I do, then great. We have a little reading vlog of, I think is it called the Moonfall series? So we're starting with When the Moon Hatched. If I like it, then I can read The Ballad of Fallen Dragons on Kindle. I'm very excited to get to this. So many people find this series like 6 stars perfection. I have read in the glossary at the back, it's got age and time explained. So I have read that, so I kind of get what's going on, but not 100%. But yeah, let's just get into it. I've heard this is like amazing, so let's just get into it, see if I like it. If I do, great, I can go on to the next one. If I don't, oh well. I'm so cozy right now. The thing is, it's hot, so I'm still in t-shirts and a short. No. Shorts and a t-shirt. But it feels cozy. It's pouring it down with rain. There's thunder happening, and I have a book. Like, this is so cozy. And it's Friday night. Friday night in. Beautiful. I last spoke to you on Friday night. It is now Sunday night. And I am 165 pages in on chapter 28. And currently I have no thoughts. I've been reading this very slowly, clearly, and it's not that I'm struggling to get into it. I think at first it felt like a bit slow. Now we're really like getting into it and I'm excited to read it. I just have had a very busy day. I say I've had a busy day. I have been free to read for the last 4 hours, but I've just been really tired. So I've just kind of potatoed on the sofa. I'm not gonna lie to you. So anyway, I feel like I've recovered a bit from my fatigue and I'm now going to read it for the rest of the night. So it's 20 to 8. I'm going to try to go to bed for about 10 o'clock and I'll have to take my makeup off. So let's say I'm going to try and aim for the next 2 hours of reading. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of thoughts so far. We've met who I'm fairly sure is the MMC. And of course, he's very mysterious, but I already like him. I quite like the FMC as well. I've seen like a lot of people not like it, okay, but so far I like her. I'm a bit intrigued because he seems to know her, or he seems to think he knows her, and she has no idea who he is, and currently she's basically being sent to death. So God knows how she's going to get out of that, but she's the FMC, so she's obviously going to. So that's where we're at. I love how affected he is at her saying his name. Okay, I've had this theory ever since we got the first like diary entry. And my theory is that we are following a Throne of Glass character development storyline, if you get what I mean, with our FMC. And it hasn't been confirmed, but what Khan's just said has pretty much confirmed it to me. And it was a bit like, it was a little bit obvious to me, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously it's not been confirmed, but it basically has. Okay, nobody panic. But we have a release date for Seven and the Swift, the third and final installment of the Shield of Sparrows series. And actually just look at how beautiful that is, and those edges. March next year. March. I have to wait another 9 months. I waited 9 months for Rise of the Starling. I can do it again. Anyway. It's 5 to 9. And I have this much left to read and I'm trying to finish it a day because today is the last day of the month. And I'm trying to decide if I want to try and squeeze in The Ballad of Fallen Dragons before I go to London on Sunday, and it is currently Tuesday. So I'd have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'd have 4 days. Only one of those days is off, and I'll spend most of the day preparing to go to London. So maybe I can let it go a little bit longer, but I'm gonna just try. I don't know what it is. I think, okay, before I started reading this, I read the full Edge of Darkness trilogy and psychotic obsession, and I think it put me in the teeniest bit of a reading slump because this wasn't as action-packed from the get-go, and I was used to like da 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 da, like loads happening in a short space of time, and it's thrown me off. I think I have not transitioned well from the two genres, from the two, how they're written is just very different. So I'm on chapter 67, page 406, and the weird thing is I am loving this book. It's just taken me a while to read it, but I think the same happened with Ride to the Starling this month. It was this year, but this month I loved Ride to the Starling, and I'm so excited for the third book. So I think I haven't had a lot to say about this book as I've been reading it. This vlog feels like it's not as good as my normal ones. I have no thoughts about this book aside from the fact that I love Khan and his yearning little heart, and I'm really enjoying it. How it's written, the characters. I actually like the FMC for the most part. Sometimes she's a little bit annoying, but for the most part I like her, which other people didn't. So yeah, I haven't got many thoughts, but I think that's a me problem, not a book problem, because like I say, I am genuinely enjoying the process of reading it, and it's not a hard read. Like, it's not like I'm struggling to process what's happening. I actually feel decently aware of what's happening. I feel like we're only getting crumbs of the wider world and politics and all of that, and I feel like a lot more is going to happen in the next book. But in terms of current character progression, I'm loving where Rave is right now. Like, she has completely lost the plot, and I don't mean that in that she's gone crazy. I just mean her main focus is revenge, right? And this bloodlust she's got for this one man. But currently she's just living it up in essentially like a little cave. I don't think it is a cave. Well, yeah, it kind of is a cave. And just being, and just living, and just like going out and foraging fruits and vegetables, and just being. And Khan's not even there. She's fully on her own, and she discovered this place, figured out what it was, and was like, do you know what? I feel like this is where I need to be right now, even more so than the bloodlust. And I'm like, do you know what, girl? Yeah, you've not had time to just be and just live in a very long time, and I'm kind of all for it, honestly. But she's still kind of in denial. She's accepting but in denial at the same time. It's really weird. And now we have another point of view. We have Khan's sister, whose name I've already forgotten. Begins with a V. I think that's because I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Vea? That's not hard to pronounce, so I think I just forgot it. Vea, we have her point of view because she's gone on a separate mission that is like related to everything, but she's got a lot of anger towards Rave, and I'm like, why? Because as far as we are currently aware, you had certain beliefs of what happened, but we don't know what happened truly, and we also don't know what she believes that happened. Like, it's hard to say. So because we don't have the full context, it's hard to kind of understand why she's so angry and so sad at the same time. Like, it's really like she's feeling a lot of complex emotions. From what I can gather of her so far, she doesn't seem like a character that really lets herself feel those complex emotions, but she's currently feeling quite a lot. I think you can really, Sarah A. Parker is not telling us that she's feeling complex emotions, but in the way that she's writing her chapters, you can just feel it. That she's kind of like, until she has this thing, she's not going to really let herself feel what she's feeling, because she's like, it's too much, it's too confusing, and I need all the answers to be able to process everything. And I don't blame her, because I also want all the answers. So how many answers we're going to get in the next 150 pages? Never mind, 130 plus pages. I don't know. But let's just get to it. Thing is, I am enjoying reading it when I'm reading it. I think I'm just tired mentally. This happens to me every month. One book, at least, that I read a month is ruined by the fact that I just get mentally drained for no reason. But not for no reason, I do have chronic fatigue syndrome. And then it ruins the book that I'm reading. I think this could have been a 5 stars if I wasn't mentally drained and not able to just like feel and really deeply enjoy the book, because I am enjoying it, but I feel like I would have enjoyed it more and I would be eating it up more and I would have read it way quicker if I didn't feel mentally drained like I am right now. So it's kind of right book, wrong time, but it's not the wrong time. I don't know. Anyway, I look awful because I've just been in the shower and I need to brush my hair before this dries off any. And then we'll just get to reading. We've just been waiting for the last like 50 pages, maybe not quite that much, for them to have this conversation, and it's just not happening. And now it's dragging on a bit too long. Like, I just need to know, so I need them to have this conversation instead of constantly having sex, or, you know, like, stop, just talk, please. Someone was mentioned, so I've gone back to chapter 13 because I had an idea. My god. Well, I suppose now I know what the conversation's meant to be about. Wait, but that means... No, surely not. Surely not. Unless he doesn't know. Shit. I need to know what happens. We've got a different point of view. Okay, I have got an idea who the other is. We'll see if I'm right, probably the next book, I imagine. I'm at the epilogue. Okay. Okay. I don't like what I'm reading right now. I wasn't expecting that. But wait. Oh, okay. Oh no! But how does that work timing wise? I'm so confused. Well, I'm finished. It's 11:15. I need to be up in 6 hours. I don't know what to think. There was a lot I guessed that was going to happen. But like at the end there, I feel like it's left me with a lot of questions, which is a good thing. Like, you should feel that way. You shouldn't have been able to like guess everything or just be able to tell what's happening. So I'm very much looking forward to reading the next one. I am probably going to read it straight away, I'm not going to lie. Thankfully, it's on Kindle Unlimited because I don't own the physical book. So I can start that tomorrow. So was she the one that wrote the letter? These are my questions in the Vegas form. Does Khan know? Was she the one that wrote the letter initially? Or, timing wise, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But we go with it. Well, we know who this person is because it was just told to us in the epilogue. But like, why? And does he know who she was initially? Or is this a really weird coincidence? Surely he knows. And also, how is she here? Like, what happened? I have a lot of questions. So many, actually. So, yeah, I'm gonna start the next book straight away tomorrow. Anyway, I need to go to bed because I have to go to work. We'll have to get up for work in 6 hours, like I said, so I'll see you in the morning, or I'll see you at some point tomorrow. Okay, it's actually 10:30, 2 nights later, since I last spoke to you. So I have been reading The Ballad of Fallen Dragons, and I am currently 43% of the way through. I'm on chapter 44, and thoughts so far. Obviously, it's harder to kind of describe my thoughts when it's the second book in a series. I don't want to spoil it for anyone. There was a moment, a chapter or two ago, where we see the birth of Khan's sister, Vita. And that genuinely, the ending of that scene with Khan and his mum did genuinely make me shed a few tears. It was really sad. I feel like for a lot of the book, it's been like, oh yeah, there's an impending war, there's an impending natural disaster, like these two things are like really bad, they're gonna happen, but I'm like, okay, but they're not happening. Like there's nothing happening at the minute. We've had some character development. I think right now we're focusing on character development, but we've got two massive plot things that are like constantly mentioned but not progressing. And then we have two characters, actually we've got three characters, one that we're not really that focused on, so I'm going to ignore him. We've got two characters who are both in very bad situations, one 100% worse than the other, that no one else knows is happening, and that's stressing me out because I'm like, okay, is anyone going to find out what's happening right now? And then there's so much that Rave is hiding within herself from herself, and then there's her past, that there's so much that she still needs to know, and yet like none of it, I just feel like we're not progressing either with the main characters or with any of the multiple plots that we have currently going on. So it's a little bit frustrating to read because I feel like we're not getting anywhere. And then Rave is being a bit of a frustrating character because like there is some character development there, and like I feel like she's gone from push everyone away to all of a sudden she snapped and is like, no, I'm yours and you're mine with Khan, and is very like possessively needing to make sure he's okay. And she's got this very like protective, like I have to protect him at all costs, like my whole reason for existing now is to make sure he stays alive. Like that just came out of nowhere. Like I don't know, I'm not like understanding. Obviously he's a good man and he's shown he's a good man. I love Khan Vago, okay, he is gonna be one of my top book boyfriends for sure, but like in her mind, because she's so sheltered from herself, she's literally got an internal lake where she just pushes down every bad thing that's happened to her that she doesn't want to think about. I don't know. And then like she went feral at one point and we've only just gotten past that. I don't know. I'm feeling very conflicting feelings about our FMC. Love the MMC. However, okay, sex scenes. There are many words used to describe various organs during smutty scenes, okay? And we all hate the regular ones. However, there was an adjective used in this book, and I don't remember it from the first book. I've just read it in this book, okay? I can't remember it from the first one. Maybe I did and it didn't really, maybe I blocked it out. His thing is referred to as his heft. What is a heft? His hard heft, his steel heft. They were examples used, and it's making me really not want to read the sex scenes. And I normally love a smut scene, okay? I normally am not the kind of person who is like, I want to skip. I want to read all the smut scenes. I'm never a skipper. I'm starting to want to skip them purely because of that description. Heft. What is a heft? What does that mean? To heft something is to like lug it. Like you can barely carry it. So you're having to kind of heft it. You're using your whole might to like drag it. You can't even lift it. If you're hefting something, you're just like barely able to carry it. Heft is not a, it's an adjective. It's not a noun. I don't know. It's really maybe good. Ugh. So I think in some ways, I think I'm enjoying this book less than the first book. In fact, yes, I am enjoying it less. Even though I'm reading it, I think, quicker, kind of, than the first book, I'm definitely enjoying it less than the first book, which I think is the complete opposite experience to everyone else I've ever seen talk about this book and this series. Everyone has said they love the second book more. Currently where I'm at right now, I just feel like we've lost the plot a little bit, and Rave has lost the plot. Like she's gone a little bit crazy, and I don't know how I feel about her currently, because I just need her to just kind of get over herself. She's been through so much, and I understand her hiding from her pain. But I need her to kind of get over herself a little bit and just be like, you know what? Let's just face things head on. At least one of the truths that's happening inside her lake, her internal lake. Because at this point, she has so much to figure out. And like, this series is going to be dragged on just for her baggage alone for like 10 books. Like, we need to kind of make some progress in her kind of coming back to her real self, rather than this kind of like animalistic savage that she's become. If anything, this book, she has become more animalistic and savage than she was in the last book. So we're regressing rather than progressing. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go to bed because I have to be up early for work as usual. I need to finish this book in the next 2 days. I would like to finish it before I go to London. We will see if that happens. If not, well, the vlog is travelling. Who is it? Don't leave it on a cliffhanger and go back to Rave. I need to know who it is. The guy doing Pyrox's voice sounds like Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast, and it's very amusing. Is this person who I think it is? I don't know. Oh no, I think I know who it is. Did I get the first? Okay. I had a first guess, then I had a oh no second guess, just literally right this second, as you saw. I think my first guess was right, but I need to see it written down. How? 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 And also, what if it's not actually that person? What if it is the person I'm thinking it is, and they're pretending to be someone else? Because I can't remember what her descriptions were. I can't remember what she looks like. Oh, hang on. I could always look in the first book. Okay, the hair colour is the same. So I ask again, how? But I also ask, I don't know actually what I was going to ask. Okay, I wasn't going to ask, I was going to say, whoever does Pyrox's voice, I don't know if it's the same dude who's doing Khan's voice, but when he's doing this girl's voice, she sounds really creepy. Even though he described her as being absolutely stunning, so yeah. Okay, let's talk the Ballad of Falling Dragons, because I've not talked to you in a while. I think I read a couple pages yesterday, but I've read a few chapters on the train and on Sunday night. Today is now Tuesday. I've been reading this book for too long, and I should have just waited until I got back from London to like do this part of the reading vlog. I should have just waited because I've had no time to read. I feel like I'm all over the place, and I haven't been able to like film my reaction to the last 20% of this book, and so much is happening. Like chapter 79 onwards, it's just been getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And then chapter 85. Okay, chapter 85, we're now in the Vampire Diaries, apparently. In Pyrock's point of view. I don't know what, like, chapter 85, I'm just genuinely like, I don't know what happened. I'm now in chapter 87, and this is the few pages I read yesterday morning before we went out, and I stopped because I couldn't really film my reaction, and I knew I was wanting to film my reaction to the scene. But now I feel like emotionally, I'm kind of out of it. Like, I haven't been reading this book. I feel like I've ruined my own experience of this book by reading it before going on my trip, because I am the kind of person, I need to binge read books. If I don't binge read it, then realistically, I can't remember much of what's going on, because I just don't. That's not how my brain works. I'm not good for memory. I don't test well because I don't just remember things that I read. I have to remember things by doing it, or like something has to trigger a reason to like remember it. So when I read, it's never a case of me not enjoying a book. It's never a case of me not comprehending the book and what's happening. It's just my brain does not decide to retain any of that information. So Yellow, Mum's gone to get his drink, so you've just got me. Okay, I can't remember what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by my brother wanting to know how our trip is going. Yes, I feel since chapter 79 specifically, when I was, well, since I was on the train, things started going wrong. But since specifically chapter 79, things are going wrong with my camera right now. It's not staying still. Please, my lord. Okay. Yeah, since chapter 79, everything is going wrong for everyone. There was not a single person things are going right for, aside from maybe Grimm. And we haven't seen him in a while. And he's like, we've only had the odd chapter with him anyway, so it's kind of like, whatever. He's like, his story, I'm not bothered about. It's clearly going to be like a bigger thing later on, but I could tell what was going to happen there. Like, none of that was a surprise. I'm currently on 87, and I've stopped reading, like I said, because I was like, I need to get my reaction on camera, because I just think this is going to be, I don't think what they're alluding to is what's going to happen, because I don't. And I can't say much more than that without spoiling it. So let's just see what happens. Okay, well, I was right. What? Something's going on here. And I'm really confused how. So we've got creatures called the Fate Herder, and it's like basically it's in the title. They herd you towards where you need to be, so the Fates say. But then, if they're helping the good guys, why are the bad guys? How have they not helped the good guys in the past, so that the bad guys haven't gotten anywhere? It's feeling a little bit morally weird for like why they get involved and when they don't. And then these miscoons, I don't know how to pronounce that, how they can like see things that are going to happen. I just feel like some of these things are a little bit like convenient, but like, I don't know. I suppose in the hands of the right person or the wrong person would change that outcome, but I just feel like, I don't know. We're back from London. I stopped reading literally at the very end of a chapter. I'm on 94%, and I have, this is saying 52 minutes left of the book, but I think that's counting like the glossary and everything at the end. So I don't think I've got that much longer left of this book, but we were about to go back in time. I don't know how to explain without spoiling where we're going, but we're going back in time, okay? And we're seeing the point of view that kind of like, we're seeing the point that kind of changed everything. So let's find out what happened. I have 3 chapters left, including the epilogue. So, okay. I'm literally the epilogue. Oh. Okay. Okay, I was wondering where this person was. I need her to be killed also, quite frankly. There's quite a few characters that need to just leave this life. Well, I just don't know. I just don't know. I thought something along those lines was going to happen earlier in the book. Like, I just had a feeling. It was giving me Fourth Wing vibes. If you catch my drift. In terms of this one particular plot twist, not the rest. None of this is giving me Fourth Wing. I just mean this one particular plot twist. I was like, I wonder. But then it never happened, and I thought, oh, I just kind of forgot about it. I think my final rating I think I'm going to give both books a 4 stars. I think I enjoyed them both equally. And it has taken me, what day is it today? Like, what day of the week? No, that's not what I meant. What day of the month? Okay, it's the 9th. I've been reading The Ballad of Fallen Dragons for 9 days. Like I said earlier when I was in London, I think I should have maybe waited to start it until I was back, because I feel like I've been like stopping and starting, and that's just not, like, I understand a lot of people work better with reading where if they like spread it out and give themselves more time with the book, they'll enjoy it more and they'll remember more. Whereas I'm one of the people who I have to binge it and read as much as possible for me to remember anything and to know how I'm feeling about a book. And obviously I haven't done that. So I feel like I've ruined the experience for myself a little bit for both books, because I was in a little bit of a slump. I was just very busy when I started reading When the Moon Hatched. So I think before the next book comes out, I'll probably reread the two of them anyway, because there's definitely things I'm going to want to pick up on and try and remember for the next book coming out. So I did really enjoy them, hence why they were 4 stars. I think they could have been a higher rating had I been in a better headspace / had more time to just sit and read. But I did really enjoy this. I definitely prefer, I've only read the first book, To Bleed a Crystal Bloom. I haven't read anything yet of the rest of the series. There's 3 books out so far. But I definitely prefer When the Moon Hatched and The Ballad of Fallen Dragons over To Bleed a Crystal Bloom. Because, I don't know, the writing just felt better, the world building felt better, I really like the characters. I love Khan. I really do love Khan. He is just, my God, that man yearns. The way, oh, what a poor man. I feel so bad for him. For so many ways, and I feel so bad for Rave in so many ways. And I think now how we've ended the book with Rave, I'm really enjoying her character. We had a few moments there where I was like, what's happening? You're a bit crazy. I'm slightly scared of you. Are you okay? I mean, you're not. And I was a bit like judgmental of Khan for still kind of holding a flame for her. But it is what it is. She's in a better place now. So yeah, and with that, we will end this reading vlog here. It's been all over the place. God knows what this reading vlog is. But we've done it. We've read the Moonfall series up to date. Yeah, but it just doesn't feel like a 5 stars to me. It doesn't feel like a God tier. Let me know in the comments if you're kind of like me, where you really enjoyed it, but it doesn't feel like a 5 stars or like a God tier. Like there's just something not clicking in that way for you. Let me know if you agree. Or not. Let me know if you disagree as well. And yeah, so I'll end this video here. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!